Haven't been doing much this week because I didn't want to sand the car and then all of a sudden have to paint it with spray can primer to make sure everything was clean. So I went ahead and just didn't bother with it, simply because I'm also waiting on some I got these the PPS system, can't remember what it stands for, coming in so that I can stop wasting money on on a whole bunch of cups and stuff like that, and so that I can use one cup to measure it, but it has the liner inside of it and just a disposable liner with a built-in filter. So, well, I'm going to filter the paint anyway before I put it into the liner. So, but that's why I haven't done anything with the Cutlass yet. As you see, it's still the roof is only done and this is only done, so I'm waiting for that to come in. But that gives me a chance to finally figure out why the radio is cutting out in the Camaro, and that's really the problem I need to fix with that. And it gives me a chance to really clean my spray guns really good, because I haven't done that yet and I really need to. So I finally, because I got that cleaning stuff and I got a metal tin to put them in. Hold on. Alright, so literally the first step of removing the stereo in a Camaro or Firebird, I don't think the Firebird's the same, is just popping that off. Alright, simple as can be. Unplug those two pieces so don't lose all of your tools everywhere, and then just take out two 7mm screws. This is even with the stock radio. It is just this simple to remove it. Unplug these two. If you have second gear start and your fog lights, unplug those, and then just two 7mm screws and the radio is out, quick and clean. Now the problem with this one, I don't know what it is. Like the 97 Camaro, the white one right over there, they had a bad connection in the BCM, so I had to wedge a piece of zip tie between the BCM and the wiring harness into it, so that it would stop making a bad connection and not working. Because when the radio wouldn't work, the power windows wouldn't work either, because I think I have to look back at the fuse panel and the wiring, but they were probably hooked up to the same circuit. All right, I am bouncing you all around, but so that was the problem with that one. This one didn't start until I put this in, which means I probably made a bad connection somewhere. And yes, my wiring is a mess, so excuse that. I have to fix it. So I'm going to go ahead and turn the radio on, and I'm going to mess with these individual wires here to try to figure out what's what, which is the problem, and then we'll go from there. Let's see if I can recreate this while I'm doing this. Come on, you're not going to want to do it now? It's literally the same thing. I did find a half connected wire back here, and I went ahead and reconnected it, the remote wire and the power wire in the back. I put a better different butt connector on, so I went ahead and fixed that. But it's literally the same problem, the body control module in there and a bad connection. So I'm gonna put all this back together, and then we will get in there and try to figure out how to make that work. Obviously had to shut the music off, but let's see if I can get it recreated again and again. There it is, popped off, and let's see if we can get it to pop back on. There it is. So the problem is The problem is the wiring harness again at the BCM, which I might need to get more light. Is this harness right here, the small one. I don't know. That must be the wires for the power. The orange wire and the red wire. These two wires go to the back of the radio for power and auxiliary, so that the, you know, turn the ignition on, the radio knows to turn on. So this, what I'm going to try to do is the same thing that I did on the 97 Camaro, is take a piece of well, the heck with it. Yeah, what I'll do for now is, because every time it goes over a bump is when it stops playing, the radio cuts on or the radio cuts off. It's whenever that harness moves. So I don't know what has caused that problem, and I'm not going to dig into it on this car in particular. I'll dig into it on the 97, because that one, if something damages it, it doesn't matter. Like I said, that car is going to get set up for racing, which tomorrow, Saturday, we're not going racing, but we're going to go watch a bunch of racing, and I'm going to take videos of it. It's going to be my first time at a drag racing track, and I'm going to expect to have a lot of fun. So, but anyway, the music's still playing, and then let's see if we can get it to cut off. Just barely touched it that time. So, all right, what I'm going to go ahead and do is get my zip tie magic trick and do what I did on the 97 and get it to work. Somebody's in the back seat sleeping, wanting to go for a ride. So, yep, and there we go. Cuts right back on. Well, this is the one thing I hate the most, is now, no matter what I do to the wiring harness or the connections, it doesn't want to shut off. Now I'm a liar. Yep. Now I'm a liar, because now when I touch it, as soon as I turn the daggone GoPro on, it wants to act up. Can you believe it? Yeah. And see, now no matter what I do, I can't get it to do it again. There it goes. You touch it and mess and sit there. Come on. On. Alright, we'll go fix it. Okay, albeit temporary, this is what I did. See that zip tie right there, wedged in between the connector and the socket. Keeps the connection going so that it won't just go ahead and cut on and off anymore, until I can figure out a real fix for it when I work on the 97 Camaro and figure it out on that. So if something happens to that one, I'm not worried about it, versus the car I drive every day. So that's it for this. I'm gonna go ahead and stop it here. I'm gonna go ahead and start a separate video on cleaning my spray gun. So thank you for watching this one. Like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you all later.